Look, did you know that some unsolved crimes are so bizarre, they seem like something straight out of a movie? What if I told you that real-life mysteries are even stranger than fiction? So why do some of these crimes remain unsolved? Is it a case of a clever criminal slipping through the cracks? Or is there something far more mysterious at play? The truth is, no one really knows. Theories about these strange cases range from the plausible to the completely outlandish. But one thing is certain, they're not your typical crimes, and the more you learn, the stranger they get. Case 1. The disappearance of the Sodder children. Our first case begins on Christmas Eve in 1945, when a fire destroyed the Sodder family's home in West Virginia. 5 children were inside, but no remains were ever found. What makes this case so strange is that witnesses reported seeing people near the house in the days before the fire, people who weren't supposed to be there. And even more bizarre, some believe the fire was no accident. Was it arson? Did the children disappear before the fire started? We may never know, but the mystery of the Sodder children has left its mark on history. Case 2. The Ghost Blimp. In 1939, a U.S. Navy blimp called the L-8 set out on a routine patrol over the Bay Area. But when it was found adrift without a crew, it raised a series of questions. There were no signs of struggle, no trace of the crew, and the blimp's controls were untouched. Some have suggested it was sabotage, while others believe something more paranormal was at play. What happened to the crew of the L-8? The answers remain locked in the shadows of history. Case 3. The Hinterkaifeck murders. In 1922, on a remote farm in Germany, the Gruber family was slaughtered, but the story didn't end there. For days after the murders, it seemed as though someone was living in the farmhouse, using the family's food and possessions. The murderer, or murderers, were never found. With no clear suspects and the possibility that the killer was someone close to the family, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain one of the most chilling and bizarre unsolved crimes in history. Case 4. The disappearance of the Beaumont children. On a sunny summer day in 1966, 3 siblings, Jane, Arna, and Grant Beaumont, vanished while playing at the beach in Adelaide, Australia. Despite several leads and sightings, the children were never found, and to this day, no one knows what happened to them. Some witnesses reported seeing a strange man with the children, but his identity remains unknown. The strange disappearance continues to haunt the people of Adelaide, and we're left wondering who took the Beaumont children and why. Case 5. The mystery of the Tamam Shud case. This one's not your typical crime story. In 1948, a man's body was found on a beach in Adelaide, Australia, with no identification and a cryptic piece of paper in his pocket that read, Tamam Shud, meaning ended in Persian. What's even stranger is that the man's identity has never been discovered, and the case seems to point to espionage or secret codes. Could it have been a spy, a love affair gone wrong? We may never know, but the mystery surrounding this man's death continues to perplex investigators. But perhaps the most shocking of all these cases is the Tamam Shud case. A dead man with no name, no clear cause of death, and a mysterious code left behind. It's a case that defies all logic, with more questions than answers, leaving us to wonder, was this a crime or was it something else entirely? The possibilities are endless, and the truth is still out there. So what's the real story behind these unsolved crimes? Were they bizarre coincidences, or do they hint at something much darker and more complex? These strange and unsolved crimes prove that truth is often stranger than fiction, and some mysteries may never be solved. CTA, what do you think happened in these strange and unsolved cases? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And if you're fascinated by these real-life mysteries, be sure to check out our next video where we dive into even more eerie and perplexing crimes. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more mysteries that defy belief.